that Nigerian Correctional Service changed its nomenclature from Nigerian Prison Service. And every effort has been on to correct and not to imprison. You cannot effectively correct in a congested environment. That is why the Honorable Minister of Interior came up with a program of decongestion of all custodial facilities across the country. The flag up has already been done in Lagos. For us in Nasarawa Command, it is about to take place. Let me mention here that the Honorable Minister approved a large number of about 88 inmates who are indigent and qualified to be so released across the 6 custodial centers in Nasarawa State. Of this number, for some reasons, logistics and otherwise, we'll flag up with about 24 of them who are here seated. And as we did this, as soon as this is over, the same process will continue in other custodial centers across the state. That is Nasarawa, Umaisha, Wamba, and Lafia. Minister, sir, let me appreciate this kind gesture, because it is rare to have this kind of an opportunity. These inmates would have remained here until they complete their sentences because they do not have the money to pay for their fines. But for your magnanimity, they will be leaving this place today. It's an exemplary character displayed by the minister. Wherever he has gotten the money to pay, it's best known to him, and he could as well diverted the money for other sources. But because of the kind-heartedness, because of his passion for correctional service, because he wants a correctional service that has come of age to meet the international accepted standard, he has decided to pay off, not only in Nasarawa Command, but across the country. I want to also appreciate the custodial managers, because Bob Marley said, "He who feels it knows it." You see custodial officers outside, you underrate them. It's a general phenomenon. Unfortunately, people always fail to realize that correctional service is the oldest law enforcement agent in Nigeria. But because we don't get the appropriate patronage, we are where we are. And we thank God that the Honorable Minister is taking us a step further away from this thinking of the citizens. I didn't want to tell you what we opened out today at the beginning because I have this thing burning my mind. Before this day, training was carried out for these inmates who are about to discharge on how they can effectively reintegrate back to the society so that they can live a law-abiding life when they live here and leave our custodial centers alone. We had a one-week training as ordered by the Honorable Minister through the CGC, and I am very conscious of the fact that all these inmates, they will go out, they have promised. Still on this reformation and rehabilitation, where we are here, where we are seated today, is the Special Study Center of National Open University of Nigeria in partnership with Correctional Service. As we speak, we have some of our inmates writing exams right now. Early this year, we have one PhD holder who graduated from this study center, We have not less than 130 inmates at various levels of study presently in Nasarawa Command. Now with this speech of ours, I want to plead with the Honorable Minister, or through the Honorable Minister, that we need more of this support, because we want these inmates to go out better than when they came into this facility. And we can do this through the provision of educational facilities like this one, through vocational training, so that by the time they go back, they have something to fall back at, and they will be able to perform their duty diligently outside crime. Having said that, sir, let me tell you that we have a total capacity of 1,182 in Nasarawa Command, covering the 6 custodial centers. But as of this morning, we open now 2,073 inmates. This is about 1,000 higher than the capacity we are enjoying to cover. The unfortunate thing, sir, that most of the times, as we release inmates to go out, we have many coming in. So it becomes a cycle of coming in and going out. We are releasing about 24 right now, and few others in other centers. But yesterday, this facility alone, we had 17 that were brought in. This is why I want to appeal passionately to our leaders at all levels, faith-based organizations, to sit up to their responsibility, to come up with programs that will reduce crime. Sociologists will tell you that crime is part of the society, and so we cannot run away from it. This we know very well. But if every person is playing the part he's supposed to play, I am quite confident that crime will be reduced to the barest minimum. That is why I'm appealing to our leaders. I'm appealing to political elites. I'm appealing to philanthropists to please do much to take these people outside the facilities. How can they do that? Building of vocational centers where people can go and learn. And by the time they learn, they will be able to live on their own and believe that God will take them through.
I am super delighted to be in your midst today to continue what we started on 17th of November 2023 in Kuje prisons, which is the initiative of the Honorable Minister of Interior to decongest the prisons. Today, I want to tell you that the idea is not just about decongesting the prisons. When the Honorable Minister came into position to lead the Ministry of Interior, he recognized the relevance and the importance of Ministry of Interior far above most other ministries because of the nature of services the ministry is delivering to the country. Of the departments, agencies, and other parts of the institution, correctional services was one of them that he took very dear to his heart. The minister, Honorable Dr. Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, began to look at what he could do to bring about positive change and transformation. Not just like the reforms that you see that people come into positions and do some ad hoc things in the name of reforms. And he realized that the correctional facilities were completely over-congested, not just congested, but over-congested. And he began to worry on what to do about it, because the law is the law. If you break the law and you have fine or penalties, you must pay the fine or penalties. Nobody can release you for nothing. You must pay. But he cannot use government money to pay. He worked with his close friends and raised the money. over 500 million naira. And to also give his friends who contributed to this a clear demonstration that he's transparent about what he wants to do. He refused to take the monies that they are supporting him with on his personal account. He channeled it into government account and proposed for the decongestion of the correctional facilities. And that is the very first step of the transformation that the correctional facilities will meet in his administration. Why did he start with the decongestion as the very first step? It will be difficult to see other challenges and be able to effectively deal with those challenges if we are not able to deal with the congestion issue first. And he also found that most of the people who were there, the offenses that they committed that fall within the categories of people that he wants to benefit from this first decongestion seems to be minor offenses. And some of them, their fines are less than 1 million naira. They could not go simply because they could not afford to pay the fines. And from the monies he raised, he is paying these fines plus all the other penalties and whatever across the country. And there are over 4,000 inmates that will benefit from this. These 24 inmates will be able to gain their freedoms back. But there is one thing that the Honorable Minister said I should say to the inmates that are benefiting from this initiative today. He said to him that the only way you can show appreciation to this magnanimity from him and his friend is for you to stay off crime. So, but we are taking from where we are today, 24, and we are flagging up this today to cut the ribbon of freedom, the ribbon of release. We're also aware that there are some people who may have found themselves in correctional facilities, not because they committed crime, either for error or miscarriage of justice. He also said that I should tell you that he's aware of your plight, but he pleads with you to also not bear any grudge for anybody, but be grateful to God that your life was spared till this day. Yes. And be grateful to God that you met wonderful people who worked in the correctional facilities, who supported you, who were able to support you in various phases of your time here. And today, you're also receiving this gift from him of freedom, not because you deserve it, because he could have kept the money to himself or not even look in your direction, but simply to show you a sense of belonging, a commitment.
For the minister in our midst. Seeing the doctor is seeing the minister. We are so happy, we are glad. I stand to be corrected. Out of my 32 years of service, I've not heard where a minister of an interior or before now, whatsoever the name was called, had ever stood up to bring out money from his own safe and his friends to release prisoners in the course of our duty in this service. This one stands as the first thing I'm seeing in my life, and I'm so glad that is happening with me as the manager of this facility. I'm so glad. I'm happy, so much happy, that I don't know what to say. Honestly, when we were asked to teach these inmates that are qualified, we went into vigorous teaching. We sent videos to the controller so that he will be rest assured that what was the instruction was carried out. We sat them down to let them know that life does not end in the prison. And at the end of the day, we were able to, from the response we got from them, they gave us, they proposed to us that they could be better when they are out from this facility. And sir, these boys have undergone a lot of things. And we believe that with the intervention from the minister, they will not come back to prison. I want to thank the controller for being here since yesterday. He has been on ground to see things that are happening and also helping us to put things together. He has been a father and a mentor. I am so glad to have him as my controller In fact, he's teaching me a lot of job. And I believe that to my contemporaries that are here, that are manning other facilities, I'm very sure in your mind, I might have been talking your mind now. I believe that as we leave this place to our various facilities, we will continue to work in synergy. I thank God the minister representative have said that he's happy with the way we are putting things together, the way we are working together. I pray that this synergy, this togetherness will not break up. I believe that as we continue with our job, the promises that we have had from the minister represented, these things will come to pass. Amen. I know very well, very soon, this service will have a turnaround. Amen. And I believe that even when any one of you happen to have the mantle to be a leader in any of the facilities, you will try to replicate, you will try to do your best so that this service will be taken to a better state. I want to thank you very much and thank the minister representative for these great things you have done for us. Out of your tight schedule, you are here. We believe that as you leave this place, God will take you back home successfully.
We thank God for today, and we thank God for the minister. We thank God for all. I'm here to represent all the inmates, and we thank God for what has happened just right now. We thank God for what our minister has done for us. We appreciate him more. And we thank our authority here, our DC, our in charge. He tried for us. And he give us more. He take care of us. He give us more knowledge upon all what is happening. He give us all. He give us cooperation. And we thank God. We thank for our controller of Nasarawa State.
Honorable Minister, and it's closer to Mr. President. What has he been doing, or what will he do to see that these people are properly absorbed into the society? And apart from the takeoff from here that they are getting, they can be well absorbed and given something to do to make life easier for them.
Okay. Part of what the minister is doing about that is collaboration with various agencies and then public education and enlightenment. Part of the collaboration he's doing with Brekete Family, Human Rights Radio and Television Abuja. And ordinary president and ordinary Dr. Ahmed Issa demonstrated this by absorbing some of the people that were as employees immediately without asking for references, so that he can demonstrate to the public that you can work with these people. The only thing permanent in life is change. Even if they truly committed crime, anybody can commit a crime today and the next day he changed and become a good person. So the major thing we need to do is public education and collaboration of the ministry with some agencies like what we have demonstrated in Human Rights Radio and Television. And I know there are other agencies, there are other institutions that are willing to go on with that example, absorb these people, work with them as normal human beings, because it could be you. Let's assume that you come in because you committed a crime. There are also others who are in because of miscarriage of justice. They didn't commit crime. So it could be anybody. There is no need for anybody to stigmatize them. And it's part of the campaign that we have to do. You also, that is the press person, is expected that you join in this campaign with the understanding that what has happened to them can be anybody.